Hey guys, and welcome back to the Hobbydude 007 channel. Brian over at Got Fuel's Model Car Garage put out a challenge a couple of days ago to the content creators on YouTube to, hey guys, let's share our workbenches, our work areas, and just kind of give everybody an idea of how we do things. And, you know, I was going to pass on this challenge because my work area is such an absolute wreck. And then I thought, well, when is it not an absolute wreck? So while I try to be organized in most of my life, and I do clean this mess up every now and then, after a project or two, I'll gut everything down and reorganize and put it all back up. And then I'm right back to doing it again. But hey, you know what? It's part of the fun of it anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and accept that challenge. So let's take a tour. Stick around. Okay guys, welcome to my work area. Now let me explain. My office here and work area serves three purposes. First of all, it is my main workbench, but it is also my office. My wife and I own a business, Squad Room LLC, and as you see, there's one of our old license plates there. And Squad Room, we do trade shows and events. We sell police, fire, EMS, and military collectibles. Everything from flags, hats, bumper stickers, patches, tactical knives. There's just a lot of stuff that we sell. We don't have a storefront. Like I said, we do it by trade shows. It allows us to travel and see new places, meet new people, and we're just having a lot of fun with it. But I operate Squad Room out of this office in addition to my model room, but I also do my devotionals, and there's my Bible commentaries and Bibles there, and prepare my Sunday lessons here too. So it serves multiple purposes. So let's take a look at the workbench though. First of all, you see there's a picture I've yet to hang. That's one of our Good Luck Squad Room things, autographed, and the cast of NCIS and all that kind of stuff. Now there's a very young SWAT team from I won't say what decade, but it's a long time ago. This picture was given to me by Gerald Wolfe, a very dear friend of mine. It's one of the Holman Moody kind of cutaway cars of David Pearson's Torino. And this is an old Greenville-Pickens Speedway sign from, I think it was the late 60s, early 70s, something like that. It's kind of cool. And I've got a collection of other stuff. Here's a picture in Roy Hill's card from Roy Hill's drag racing school. Amanda and I have been up and visited his place there, just outside of Randleman, actually. It's not far from Randleman, Sophia, North Carolina. A birthday thing signed by Richard Petty. And if you can't tell, I'm a Petty fan by that one's autographed too, I think. Good inspiration here. That car right there is one of my all-time favorites, is that 70 flat nose. And I've collected a bunch of stuff over the years. That was one of the old driving uniforms. It's still dirty patches. And if you can't tell, I like Superbirds. There's a 64th, a 32nd, a 24th. Lots of stuff. Let me have a seat here, and I'll show you around my work area. Here's my laptop. And like I said, I'm a Petty fan. Let me turn this around a minute and you'll see what I mean there. If you haven't seen the visit to Petty Enterprises, this car was the very first car on the very first visit when I was like 15 years old. My dad took us to Petty Enterprises, and that was the very first car when I opened the door that I saw in the shop was that white number 11. So it holds a kind of special place in my heart too. Of course, we're working on the 40 Ford Coupe, so there's the box for that. All of this all-clad is going to be going on this engine right here in different shades. There's my 40 Ford project. I'll be doing an update on this here in, probably day after tomorrow or so. Here's just some of my stuff. There's a coffee mug with paintbrushes in it. I've also got another one that's full of paintbrushes, old paintbrushes. It's just a plastic tub. And I told you guys, this place is a mess. My Lucas C mug and my BG button, I wear that on my head when I don't have a ball cap like they do, so I just wear that on my head every now and then. Just some of my builds. And the pride of my life. Oh, I got a big glare there. Amanda, and there's Amanda and Lauren, my daughter. I got to get an updated picture of Zoe and I on there, my granddaughter. Fun stuff, fun stuff. Back to the workbench here. You see epoxies, Bondo, just, I told you it was a wreck. Most of my tools, there's tweezers, just all kinds of stuff. Here's my hobby knives. I've got all this stuff laid right in hand here. And a lot of times I'll clean up thoroughly, just clear the desk off and clean it up after about every two. If you don't have a Tamiya scribing tool, this is something worth investing in. Absolutely. It is a great tool. In the handle here is 2 extra blades. Lucas C and I talked about that on his show once. And then my micro files, and then I've got some larger ones in a drawer down here. These machinist rules, I use the daylights out of those. You can find those at Harbor Freight real easy. And I think, yeah, Harbor Freight's where I got those, and they're very inexpensive. The drawers here, I have more tools and stuff down here. I've got some of my squad room stuff. These 2 drawers are just nothing but business stuff for squad room. This one is sandpaper, polishing claws, just tons and tons and tons of stuff there. And there's other hobby stuff in the other 2 drawers down here. And this is my camera holder, so when most of the videos you see, this is what I'm doing, and you see by where it is, all I have to do is slide this over and it centers right in the middle of the workbench here. And this is what you hear me saying occasionally. Oops, sorry, I hit that. Either with my head, my arm, my shoulder, something like that. It's up high enough it shouldn't be in the way, if I can get back far enough for you to see. And pretty nifty little setup though. That was actually Amanda's idea, wasn't mine, so that worked out well. The lighting. These lamps are very bright. I've got 3 of this type, and by the way, these things are Sunbeam, as you can see here. And I got these at Dollar Tree for $1. I've got about 4 more I picked up and stuck in the cabinet, but as you can see, there are 3 light settings. You just touch the button down here, and they are extremely bright. And I got this one so I can just maneuver it, and it was $1 too at Dollar Tree. But when they have these things, I stock up on them. But you can see I have plenty of light in my work area here. They're not really in the way. I use them to hold stuff. I set stuff on them. I got a couple of kegs there, and just one of my pin vices, or 2 of the pin vices there, and some drill bits. Just all kinds of little doodad stuff. When it comes to my Sharpies and stuff, I open the drawer here, and you see, well, you see some patches and stuff like that. There's all my Sharpies. My ink pen there, which when I found that, I just had to have it. It was funny because the battery's dead in it now, but normally what you do is when you push this, every time he throws a punch, there's a saying in there that comes out, which is really kind of cool. And my Molotovs. These are my scale rulers. I use pencils quite a bit. 24th, 32nd, 25th. There's just a lot of scale rulers and stuff in there, but I keep a lot of this stuff here. And let's get turned around here. You see another project. This is a customized 58 Corvette I'm working on. nephew, some more of my stuff. And this is some of the other stuff. So like the NASA police car, 53 Corvette that I did. There's the egg plane that is not quite finished that I'll get back to eventually. Bare metal foils. There's just a lot of stuff. I have project books. This is my YouTube stuff that I keep just organized, and all the way through that just gives ideas as they come up, things like that. So I keep a little bit organized. And I know this doesn't look organized. And of course, there's my spoons back there that I've shared with you. And these are all the cigarette paper. Different brands of cigarettes have different types. You see that texture, and then that texture of for heat shielding and things like that. And you'll see that in a couple of upcoming projects too that I'm working on. There's a flintlock pistol back there. That's another project hobby all together. And oh, these are my this is something we sell with Squad Room. These are koozies. They're bulletproof vests or tactical vest koozies. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I'm really tired of people shooting my drink out of my hand, so I had to have those. But no, those are pretty good sellers too. The AeroVet. When I decant paints, I label the tops, and when I'm going to transfer it over to airbrush, and you can see what's down here. One of my turntables. Some of my 64th scale stuff. You see there's a good many of those sitting back there. Some of my hats, some of my personal stuff. And let's see, my airbrush stand with my Pache and my Iwata on it. And let me show you something, that little tidbit here. If you don't have these, and I keep a lot of medicine bottles and things like that around. For a standard medicine bottle, one of the small ones like these are perfect. If you have an odd shaped or trying to round out a 24th scale, there's different size medicine bottles. These things are awesome. I mean, watch this. That fits perfect. So you can round that out, put a piece of sandpaper around that, and then you can just kind of work it back and forth. And I'm trying to do this one-handed, so sorry about that. But 24th scale works perfect to round one out. And if you've got a microsol bottle, let me grab this out of here. An empty one, or I grabbed a full one here. But notice, hold on, I'm going to put the camera down just a second. Okay. Notice in 24th scale, this fits perfect. You notice your microsol bottle drops all the way down in there to the bottom, so it's smaller. And believe it or not, if you take your scale ruler, that's about dead on for a 25th scale. And on my 40 Ford, I'm going to need it because these wheel wells are not perfectly round, especially up here. But you put your piece of sandpaper around that, and I mean, it fits right up in there. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And I'll probably be showing that when I do the update on the 40 Ford. And let's get over to the couple of other goodies I keep in my shop for inspiration. Of course, here's my airbrush booth. And my chair just rolls right over here to that. And so we've got plenty there. And of course that vents up there. Oh, and I don't have too many models out of here. I've got another outbuilding as well as a and by the way, most of these are finished with the exception of the 32nd scale. And also I have excuse me, my dehydrator. My dehydrator here is a Waring. I have two of these identical. This one is about 128 degrees. The other one runs about 133. And I have never, in 20-something years of using these Waring dehydrators, ever had a problem. You have separate trays that you just take out and stack up in there, and works great, really quick. My paints, photo etch, this big box down here is nothing but photo etch. photo etching tires actually, and then this one is Plastruct, Evergreen, you name it, all the way to the bottom. And I think I've got another one of these that's kind of the same thing, but I store paints, everything else. You can see down here, all these plastic boxes are just nothing but supplies, that kind of thing. And get back down here again. And when I start a project, I usually do what I call a project box. There's the old Fab Shop Pontiac. Now that it's finished, I will clean that off and use it for something else. But this one is just another one that actually is the 1971 number 11 Petty Enterprise Charger. Well, this one. But I started this one before Salvino's announced that they were coming out with that charger. And you can see I've already what I've done to it. I got another idea for it now. I've already cut the grill out and the tail section and all of that stuff. I'll share all this stuff with you maybe another time. But I've got a lot of stuff done on it already too. But most of these boxes down through here, the plastic as you see here, plastic boxes, all that stuff, they have projects in them, but most of them are supplies, paint, things like that. But I have another room in the house separate that is my stash, and that's like Fort Knox, I think, so more than anything else. And a few of the things I've been blessed and honored with over time there. And let's see, the only other thing I can share, I can think of right off, is a couple other things I've gotten over the years. This is Jungle Pam, you probably recognize, autographed. I've had that, I don't know how many years. And then from TV Tommy Ivo, just some autograph stuff that I've collected over time and just keep sticking up here and there. But this is where Hobbydude does his thing. So I hope, I don't think I've inspired anybody to be disorganized, because that's the only way I could inspire you is with this disorganization. But thanks for coming along, and while I was doing this, I saw some stuff that I'm thinking, man, I'm embarrassed to show this now. So I'm going to be probably doing some cleaning up because I'm ashamed. But hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks, guys.